At the car wash, the attendant said, "We found blood in your trunk. A lot of blood." My hands went cold. I don't hunt. I don't fish. I work in accounting. That's impossible, I said. The attendant already had his phone out. "Sir, I need to call the police." Wait, but he was already dialing. I stood there in the parking lot, October sun beating down on my neck, watching this 22-year-old kid with a quick wash polo shirt call 911 because my 2019 Honda Accord apparently had blood in the trunk. The trunk I'd opened that morning to put in my gym bag. The trunk that had been empty except for jumper cables and an ice scraper. "Yeah, hi," the attendant said into his phone. His name tag read, Tyler. "I'm at Quick Wash on Hamilton Street. We just found what looks like blood in a customer's trunk, like a lot of it. He's still here." He looked at me while he said it, like I was already guilty. I started. Tyler held up a hand, listened to whoever was on the line. "Yeah, he's not going anywhere. White Honda Accord, license plate." He walked around to check. License plate JKM 4739. My license plate, my car, my life suddenly spiraling into something from a true crime podcast. This was supposed to be a normal Saturday. Drop the car off for a wash and detail, walk to the coffee shop next door, come back in an hour. I'd been doing it every other Saturday for 2 years. Same routine, same car wash, same everything. The police arrived in 8 minutes. 2 patrol cars, 4 officers. One of them, Officer Chen, according to his badge, approached me with his hand near his belt. "Sir, I need you to step away from the vehicle. I didn't do anything. Just step back, please." I stepped back, watched them put on gloves, pop the trunk, lean in with flashlights even though it was 10:47 in the morning and plenty bright. "Jesus," one of them muttered. Officer Chen took photos with his phone. Then he came over to where I was standing by the dumpster, feeling like I was going to throw up. "Can you explain the substance in your trunk, Mr. He checked his notepad. "Mr. Whitman, there's nothing in my trunk. I opened it this morning. It was empty. It's not empty now. There's what appears to be blood. Significant amount. Pooled in the back corner. Spatter on the sides. That's impossible. I work in accounting. I drive to an office and stare at spreadsheets. I've never. Do you hunt? No. Fish? No. Anyone have access to your vehicle? My wife. That's it. And she's at yoga right now. I'm going to need you to come down to the station to answer some questions. Am I under arrest? Not at this time. But we need to secure your vehicle and get some information from you." I called Emma. She didn't answer. I called again. Still nothing. "She's probably still in class," I told Officer Chen. "Her phone's in her locker during yoga. You can try her from the station." They didn't handcuff me, but they also didn't let me drive myself. Officer Chen put me in the back of his patrol car, the back, like a criminal, and drove me to the station while his partner followed in my Honda, with blood in the trunk. I'd been with Emma for 6 years, married for 4. We met at a friend's wedding, where I was the best man and she was a bridesmaid, and we'd bonded over how aggressively boring the speeches were, and how the DJ only played line dances from 2003. She was an elementary school teacher, 3rd grade. She came home with glitter in her hair and stories about 8-year-olds saying things like, "My dad says taxes are stealing," with complete seriousness. We had a good life. Simple. A townhouse in a decent neighborhood. 2 cars paid off. Friday night takeout and Sunday morning farmer's market. We were trying for kids. Had been for about a year. Her family was complicated. Emma's brother Derek was 31, 2 years older than Emma, 3 years older than me. He lived 20 minutes away in their parents' basement and had worked a rotating series of part-time jobs since dropping out of college sophomore year. Currently, he was at Quick Wash 3 days a week and did DoorDash deliveries the other days. He'd hated me from the moment we met. "So, you're an accountant," he'd said at that first family dinner, pronouncing it like I'd said, "professional dog kicker." That's neat. Emma's parents, Karen and Bill, were nice enough to my face, but made it clear they thought Emma had settled. They'd wanted her to marry Connor, her high school boyfriend who was now a pharmaceutical rep with a company car and a condo downtown. Connor just bought a boat, Karen mentioned at least once a month. Such a responsible young man. Derek, though. Derek was different. He didn't just dislike me. He actively worked to sabotage us. 2 Thanksgivings ago, he told everyone at the dinner table that I was probably cheating because I'd been working late on year-end reports. Just dropped it casually between passing the mashed potatoes and someone asking about football scores. "I mean, accountants, right? All those late nights? Hope you're actually at the office, man." He laughed like it was a joke, but Emma's face went pale. Last summer, he posted a photo on Facebook of me at McNally's bar with my coworker Jessica. We'd been celebrating the end of tax season with the team, 8 of us, all visible in the background of other photos. But Derek had cropped it to just me and Jessica, captioned it "busted," and tagged Emma's entire family. I'd made him take it down, but the damage was done. Emma's mom called her crying, asking if we were having problems. Her aunt commented praying for you both before Derek deleted it. Emma defended me, but I could see the doubt creep in. The way she'd check my phone when she thought I wasn't looking. The questions about who I was texting. Derek wanted us to fail, wanted Emma to move back home, back under his and Karen's control, back to being little sister who needed protecting from the big bad world, and I was the obstacle. At the station, they put me in an interview room. Gray walls, table bolted to the floor. That mirror I knew was probably two-way glass. Detective Sarah Walsh came in 45 minutes later. She was maybe 50, with short graying hair and reading glasses on a chain around her neck. She introduced herself as having 17 years with the department, 12 in investigations. "Mr. Whitman, I need you to walk me through your morning." I did. Woke up at 7:15. Emma had already left for her 8 a.m. yoga class at Core Power. I made coffee, checked emails, showered, left the house at 9:30, stopped at the gas station on Maple to fill up, got to Quick Wash at 9:52. You have a receipt from the gas station? I pulled up my banking app, showed her the transaction, 4367 at Shell on Maple Street, 9:41 a.m. And you went straight from there to the car wash? Yes, it's like a 10-minute drive. Did you open your trunk at the gas station? No, I paid at the pump. When was the last time you opened your trunk before this morning? I thought about it. Tuesday night. I'd picked up groceries after work. Emma was at a teacher training thing, so I got dinner stuff. And there was nothing unusual in the trunk then? No, just the emergency kit, jumper cables, ice scraper, first aid stuff, same as always. She wrote something in her notepad. Mr. Whitman, I'm going to be straight with you. We tested the substance in your trunk. It's deer blood mixed with red paint. Someone put it there deliberately. My mouth went dry. What? Deer blood. You can buy it at hunting supply stores, mixed with latex paint, the kind you get at Home Depot. Created to look like human blood, probably. But it's fake. Well, the blood's real, but it's not human. I don't understand. Someone pranked you, Mr. Whitman. Stupid prank. Potentially criminal depending on intent. But as of right now, you're not being charged with anything. The relief hit me like a wave, then the confusion, then the anger. Who would do this? That's what I'd like to know. She leaned back in her chair. You have any enemies? Anyone with a grudge? Access to your car? And that's when it clicked. Derek. Derek worked at Quick Wash, part-time, 3 days a week, always working the morning shift on Saturdays, always there when I brought my car in. Emma kept a spare key at her parents' house, in the kitchen drawer by the back door. In case of emergencies, Karen always said. Derek could have taken it, made a copy, put it back. My brother-in-law, I said slowly. He works at Quick Wash. He was probably there this morning. Detective Walsh looked up sharply. Name? Derek Paulson. He's got it out for me. Has for years. Got it out for you how? I told her everything. The Thanksgiving comment, the Facebook post, the constant undermining. The way he wanted Emma to leave me, move back home. She wrote it all down. But you don't have proof he did this specifically? No, but he had access to both the car wash and a spare key to my car. I'll look into it. She closed her notepad. But between you and me, unless we have video evidence or he confesses, it's going to be hard to prove. You're free to go, Mr. Whitman. We'll release your vehicle this afternoon once we finish processing it. Emma finally called me back at 12:33 p.m. I was sitting on a bench outside the police station waiting for my Uber. I have 17 missed calls from you. What's going on? Where are you? Leaving yoga. Why? Michael, what happened? Someone put deer blood and paint in my trunk at the car wash. The police thought The police were involved. I've been at the station for 3 hours. Silence. Long enough that I thought the call had dropped. Emma, I'm coming to get you. Her voice was tight, controlled. Where are you? Derek was with her when she pulled up 20 minutes later. In her passenger seat, arms crossed, face neutral. She pulled up to the curb and I got in the back, like a kid being picked up from school. Derek didn't even turn around. What did you do? Emma whispered as she pulled back into traffic. Nothing. I didn't do anything. Blood doesn't just appear in your trunk, Michael. Derek spoke for the first time. Seriously, man. What the hell? I stared at the back of his head. Why are you here? Emma called me from the parking lot. She was freaking out. Someone had to make sure she was okay to drive. How convenient that you were available. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. I looked out the window. We were passing the car wash. Tyler was outside with a pressure washer spraying down someone's SUV. Business as usual. Emma's hands were tight on the steering wheel. The police said it was a prank. That's what the detective told me. Who would prank you like that? I met Derek's eyes in the rearview mirror. He looked away first. I have no idea, I said. For 3 days, Emma barely spoke to me. She went to work, came home, made dinner, watched TV in the living room while I sat in the bedroom answering emails from my laptop. On Tuesday night, she finally said something. People at work are talking about it. I looked up from my spreadsheet. What? Someone posted about it on Facebook. One of the Quick Wash employees, I think, said the police had to be called because of suspicious activity involving a customer's vehicle. Didn't use your name, but everyone knows you go there every other Saturday. My stomach dropped. Emma, my mom called this afternoon, asked what was going on, asked if you were in some kind of trouble, if I was safe. Her voice cracked. She asked if I was safe with my own husband. I didn't do anything wrong. Then who did? She turned to face me, and her eyes were red. Who would do this? And why? I wanted to tell her. Wanted to say, your brother, who's been trying to break us up since the day we met. But I didn't have proof. Just a theory, and a lot of circumstantial evidence. I don't know, I said instead. She looked at me like I was a stranger. This is humiliating. You know that? My family thinks you're some kind of criminal. My coworkers are gossiping about whether I'm married to a serial killer. This is my life too, Michael. I know. Do you? Because you don't seem bothered by it. I was bothered by it. I was furious. But not at the situation. At Derek, who I was 99% sure had orchestrated this entire thing to make me look unstable, dangerous, wrong for Emma. She slept in the guest room that night. I started digging on Wednesday. Derek's social media first. His Facebook was mostly reshared memes and complaints about gas prices. His Instagram was more interesting. He posted every few days. Photos of his DoorDash runs with captions like, that grind life, and selfies from the gym he claimed to go to, but I'd never seen evidence of him actually attending. Then I found his girlfriend's Instagram. Brittany, 24, worked at Sephora, posted constantly. I scrolled back to the previous Saturday, October 14th, the day of the car wash incident. And there it was, a photo of Derek at Quick Wash, holding a bottle of red paint. He was grinning at at the camera, doing a peace sign. The caption, "Baby, you're so bad." Posted at 9:17 a.m., 41 minutes before I arrived for my appointment. I screenshot it. Then I screenshot it again from a different angle to make sure I captured the timestamp, the caption, the date, everything. Then I kept scrolling, found more photos of Derek at the car wash over the past few months. Him with coworkers, him in the garage area where they detailed cars, him holding cleaning supplies. In one photo from August, I could see keys hanging on a board in the background. Lots of keys. Customer keys, probably, while their cars were being serviced. I downloaded everything, created a folder on my laptop. Evidence. Then I went back to that photo of Derek with the red paint. Brittany's friend Kayla had commented, "OMG, what did you do?" Derek had replied, "Just a little project, haha." Another friend, username #AMikeyTofficial, commented, "Bro, you're crazy." Derek, "Sometimes you gotta make your own fun." I screenshot those too. On Thursday morning, I called Quick Wash. The owner answered, "Quick Wash Auto Detailing. This is Ray." "Hi, Ray. My name is Michael Whitman. I brought my car in last Saturday, and there was an incident. The police were called." A pause. "Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I'm really sorry for the confusion, Mr. Whitman. Tyler still knew and he overreacted. I want to see the security footage from that morning. I don't know if I can— Someone planted evidence in my car while it was in your business's care. I have a police report. I can get a lawyer involved, or we can handle this now. Your choice." Longer pause. "Come by this afternoon. I'll pull the footage." I took a half day from work, told my boss I had a dentist appointment, drove to Quick Wash at 2:15 p.m. Ray was in his early 50s, wearing a Quick Wash polo that had seen better days. He looked tired. "Mr. Whitman, come on back." His office was cramped, desk covered in invoices and coffee cups, a computer monitor showing 4 different camera angles of the car wash. "I pulled Saturday morning," he said, clicking through files. "What time did you arrive?" 10:15, but I want to see from 9 a.m. on." He pulled it up. We watched in fast forward. Cars coming and going, employees moving around with spray bottles and towels. At 9:52 a.m., my Honda pulled into the bay. I watched myself get out, hand my keys to Tyler, walk toward the coffee shop next door. Then Ray slowed the footage to normal speed. At 9:54 a.m., Derek walked over to the keyboard, looked around, took a set of keys. My keys, I realized, recognizing the Wisconsin Badgers keychain Emma had given me. He walked to my car, popped the trunk, pulled something from his pocket, a plastic bottle, poured liquid into the trunk. It spread across the carpet, dark and viscous. He closed the trunk, wiped his hands on his jeans, put the keys back, walked away. The whole thing took 90 seconds. "Jesus Christ," Ray muttered. "That's Derek. He works here, worked here, past tense." My hands were shaking. "I want a copy. For my lawyer." Yeah, of course." He grabbed a USB drive from his desk drawer, started copying the file. "Derek's fired. Effective immediately. You want to press charges?" "Not yet." The USB drive blinked. Ray ejected it and handed it to me. "I'm sorry this happened at my business, Mr. Whitman. If there's anything else I can do, just make sure Derek knows he's fired before I do what I'm about to do." Ray nodded slowly. "What are you about to do?" Something he should have seen coming. Emma's birthday was October 22nd, Sunday, 8 days away. Her parents were throwing a party at their house. The whole family was coming, aunts, uncles, cousins, Emma's college roommate flying in from Seattle, about 40 people total. Big deal. Karen had been planning it for months. Rented tables and chairs, hired a caterer, bought a cake from the fancy bakery that charged $7 per slice. Emma had been looking forward to it since July. I showed up on Saturday, the day before the party, with my laptop and a projector I'd bought from Best Buy that afternoon. "What's this for?" Karen asked when I started setting it up in the living room. "Emma's birthday slideshow," I said. "Photos from her childhood, our wedding, vacations. Thought it would be nice to show during dinner." Karen's face lit up. "Oh, Michael, that's so thoughtful." Emma hugged me for the first time in a week. "You made a slideshow?" "I made a slideshow." She kissed my cheek. "I knew you'd come through." I spent 20 minutes setting up the projector, testing the screen on the living room wall, making sure the laptop connected properly. "It's all ready for tomorrow," I told Karen. "Just press play when you're ready for the slideshow." "You're not staying tonight?" "Poker night with the guys, but I'll be here tomorrow at 6 sharp. That night, I deleted the actual slideshow I'd made. 43 photos of Emma being adorable through the years, set to her favorite songs. I replaced it with something else, a 7-minute video. The party started at 6 p.m. Sunday. I showed up at 5:47, helped carry food from the catering truck, set up the drink table, played the role of dutiful son-in-law. Derek was there by 6:15. Brittany on his arm. He was wearing a button-down shirt and had actually combed his hair, trying to look presentable for once. He saw me and nodded. I nodded back. Emma's cousins started arriving. Her Aunt Linda from Milwaukee, her college roommate Sarah, Bill's brother Tom and his wife, neighbors from when Emma was growing up. By 7:15, 42 people were crammed into the Paulsons' house, eating appetizers, drinking wine, laughing about memories and inside jokes. Emma was glowing. Navy blue dress I'd helped her pick out last month, hair curled, smile that made my chest tight because I knew what was about to happen, and part of me felt guilty for doing it here, now, like this. But only a small part. At 7:30, Karen called for everyone's attention. Before we cut the cake, Michael put together a special birthday slideshow for Emma. Everyone gather around. People moved toward the living room, found seats on the couch, the chairs Karen had rented, the floor. Emma sat in the front, Sarah next to her, both of them with wine glasses and huge smiles. I stood near the back, near the projector, laptop in my hands. Derek was by the fireplace holding a beer. Brittany next to him, scrolling on her phone. Ready? I called to Emma. So ready. I pressed play. The screen filled with security camera footage, black and white. Timestamp in the corner. October 14th, 2023, 9:54:27 a.m. The Quick Wash parking lot, my Honda in the bay. Derek walking over to the keyboard. The room went quiet, confused. Emma's smile faltered. What? Derek taking the keys, walking to my car, popping the trunk. What is this? Karen asked, pulling out the plastic bottle. Pouring liquid into the trunk, dark liquid spreading across the carpet. Derek's face went white. The beer slipped from his hand, hit the carpet with a dull thud. Beer soaked into Karen's cream rug, closing the trunk, wiping his hands, walking away. The footage ended. Dead silence. 42 people. Not a single sound. I spoke into the quiet, my voice calm. That's the prank that got me questioned by police for 6 hours. That's the prank that made everyone in this room think I'm some kind of criminal. That's the prank that almost destroyed my marriage. I walked over to where Derek was standing. He'd backed up against the fireplace, hands up like I was going to hit him. I wasn't going to hit him. That's your son, I said, looking at Karen and Bill. That's your brother, I said to Emma. Emma's face crumbled. Derek? It was just a joke. His voice cracked, high-pitched, desperate. Bill stood up from the couch, face bright red. What the hell, Derek? Dad, I saw it, Bill roared. We all saw it. You could have destroyed his life, his career. The police were involved. It was supposed to be funny. Funny? Emma was crying, mascara running down her face. You tried to ruin my marriage. You tried to make me think my husband was a murderer. I was trying to protect you. Protect me? She stood up, wobbling in her heels. Sarah steadied her. You've been sabotaging us for years. The Facebook post, the comments at Thanksgiving, all of it. You wanted us to fail. Brittany stood up from her chair, looking between Derek and the screen. You told me it was harmless. You said it was just a stupid car wash prank. It was. You got fired. Brittany's voice went shrill. Ray called me yesterday asking if I knew where you were because you stopped showing up after Saturday. You didn't tell me you got fired. The room erupted. Everyone talking at once. Emma's aunt demanding to know what was going on. Bill yelling at Derek about responsibility. Karen crying. I just stood there, watched it unfold. Emma turned to me, tears streaming down her face. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't have proof until Thursday. I wanted to be sure. You've known since Thursday and you waited until now? I wanted everyone to know. I looked around the room. At Emma's family, her friends, the neighbors. I wanted everyone to see exactly who he is, what he's been doing, so there's no more gaslighting. No more, it was just a joke, or Michael's being sensitive. Derek looked around the room. 42 people. Every single person staring at him with disgust. His mother crying. His father's hands clenched into fists. His girlfriend backing away from him like he was contagious. You people are insane, he started. Get out. Emma's voice cut through the noise. Cold, flat, final. Get out of my party. Get out of my life. Emma, come on. Leave, Bill said quietly, moving toward Derek. Before I call the police myself. And trust me, son, I'm about 3 seconds away from doing exactly that. Derek grabbed his jacket from the coat rack. Looked at Brittany. You coming? No, she said simply. He left through the back door. We heard his car start, tires squealing as he peeled out of the driveway. The silence after was different. Uncomfortable, everyone processing. Then Emma's college roommate Sarah started clapping. Slow at first, then faster. Others joined. Emma's aunt, her cousin Jake, the neighbors. Soon the whole room was applauding. For me, For Emma, for the truth finally coming out. Emma turned to me, mascara-streaked face, red eyes. She laughed, actually laughed. You ruined my birthday party. I know. That was the most dramatic thing I've ever seen. I know. I love you so much right now. She kissed me. Right there in front of 42 people in her parents' living room, with her birthday cake uncut on the table and her brother's spilled beer soaking into the carpet. When we pulled apart, Karen was standing there, holding a knife and the birthday cake. Well, she said, voice shaky but determined. Should we do cake now, or? Emma wiped her eyes, smiled. Yeah, Mom, let's do cake. 3 months later, Derek moved to Arizona, some job opportunity he wouldn't elaborate on, probably running from the humiliation. Brittany broke up with him the night of the party. She apologized to me at Emma's school's winter concert in December, said she had no idea he was that kind of person. Emma and I are good. Better than good, actually. The therapy helped, her idea, surprisingly. We talk more. She checks in about family stuff before it escalates. She believes me now when I say someone's being manipulative. We're still trying for kids. Emma says she wants to make sure our children grow up in a family that's actually healthy this time. Karen and Bill apologized, multiple times. Long, tearful conversations about enabling Derek's behavior for years, about not seeing the pattern, about almost losing their daughter over it. We have dinner with them once a month now. Derek is never mentioned. Last week, Emma asked me if I'd ever regretted exposing Derek at her birthday party, in front of everyone. That dramatically. No, I said. Not even a little? He spent years trying to destroy us in small, invisible ways. I just did it to him in one big, visible way. I shrugged. Seems fair. She smiled, that smile that made me fall in love with her at that boring wedding 6 years ago. You know what? She said. I think I'm glad you ruined my birthday party. Best birthday present ever? Best birthday present ever. And somewhere in Arizona, I hope Derek thinks about that every time he sees a car wash.